Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, As-salatu was-salam ala Rasulihil Kareem. Amma ba'ad, fa'awzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we would continue with Fi'l Madi. And in the last video, we learned about Fi'l Madi, and it was an introductory lesson, introductory session. And now, Alhamdulillah, we are moving on to how the Fi'l Madi changes with different pronouns. And we know there are 14 pronoun, 14 sigha, and inshallah we are going to learn that. Before going to that part, let's discuss, quickly review what we did last time. First thing was, like we learned that there are mainly there are 3 types of fail in Arabic. The past tense, الفعل الماضي, and then we have فعل المضارع, which is present and future tense both. So it has both meaning, present as well as future tense. And then the third one is فعل أمر, commanding and forbidding. So mainly 3 types of fail in Arabic. 2 are about the time, like related to time. Fi'l Madi is past tense and Fi'l Mudari is present or future tense. And the third category is about the connotation, like the fail in which there's a command, then it's Fi'l Amr. And if a fail is forbidding, like if there's the fail, that particular action is forbidden, then it's a fail in nahi. So these 3 were the main types of fail. These 3 are the main types of fail in Arabic. And then we focused on Fi'l Madi. So Alhamdulillah, we started that, and we know that in Fi'l Madi, in Arabic, it's a very particular, that in a single word, we have action. Like we know in translation, we know what action is there, and we know the time also. And in the same word, we know who is the doer. So inshallah, you will see as we go through the Fi'l Madi conjugation. And we recognize the tense and the doer in that particular fail by knowing this specific structure or formation of each type of fail. So in Fi'l Madi, we also learned that the pattern in Fi'l Madi, 99.5% of the time, all vocabulary words have 3 root letters. The root word contains 3 root letters, and these are in Fi'l Madi, the pattern could be fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. So these 3 patterns could be there. And we also learned that this fa'ala, fa'ila or fa'ula pattern is the most basic form of Fi'l Madi, past tense, and it is for huwa version. Like whenever we see this kharaja or zahaba, jalasa, it means he went. So he, the pronoun he as a doer, is built in this pattern. Fa'ala, zahaba, nasara. And then we have another pattern, which is sami'a and karuma. Right? Sami'a is on the pattern of fa'ila, and karuma is on the pattern of fa'ula. So these are the 3 patterns we learned last time. Now today, what we are going to learn that how different pronouns are there, and they how can recognize different forms of different pronouns that are there in one word that is there, fi'l madi. So look, kharaja, in kharaja we have this pattern, kharaja, which is on the pattern of fa'ala, tells us that it's a past tense. The only the pattern tells us fa'ala pattern. uh, the first kalma, which is fa kalma, has fatha, and the second kalma, which is ain kalma, has fatha again, and the third kalma, which is lam kalma, has fatha again. So this pattern of fa'ala tells us that it's a fi'l madi, and this three-letter word it also tell us that it's a hua version. It's a hua. So fi'l madi hua, and we know meaning means meaning of the kharaja is to leave, right? So okay, for hua, which is built in, this hua pronoun is built in this pattern. Okay, so for if we do the pronoun if we repeat the pronoun, independent pronoun, like we did the whole table, hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, then ana, nahnu. So there are 14 independent pronouns that that can come in as a doer within the fi'l madi. Okay, so we know so far we know that this pattern fa'ala, kharaja, dhahaba, sami'a, karuma, nasara, these are past tense with hua built in. Okay, so for huma, when huma is pronoun when we point to two males, right? And when we talk about two males who are not there, because it's a third person, hua is he who is not here, and huma is for two person who are not there. So huma, for huma we have an addition of alif at the end of this fa'ala pattern. Like if we take the example of kharaja, then this alif is added. And since this alif represents who did the action, so this alif is fa'il. This alif is fa'il in this past tense kharaja. So kharaja was huwa. This, if we just say kharaja, it means he left. So kharaja had built in huwa, and when alif comes at the end, this alif tells us that the doer are two males. Kharaja. So we are going to stretch the ja sound, because there's an alif. So kharaja means they left. Two men, two males, right? And then after huwa, huma, we have hum. Hum means they, three or more than three. So two plus, or we can say at least three or more than three. So three or more than three males, they left. So if we want to say they left, then again hua version and plus this wow. This we add wow in fi'l madi hua version, and we get kharaju. Kharaju means they left. So this wow, this red wow is the doer. This is the doer, and this alif is over there so that to protect that during like reading, we don't consider this ataf, some other wow. It protects the wow from being mistaken for the conjunction wow, like wow ataf. So to protect to make it more prominent that it's a fi'l madi, this alif is over here, and this wow is is the doer for they. So kharaja is huwa version, and when we have wow, we add wow, it becomes kharaju. Kharaju means they left. So one more thing, in kharaja, the last letter, which is jim, and it is lam kalma. On lam kalma, the last letter, we had fatha. Original, we had fatha. But when we bring wow, then like in accordance with wow, the dhamma, we add dhamma. Now fatha is replaced by dhamma, because it matches with the dhamma sound matches with wow. So because of phonetic convenience, it's easier to pronounce kharaju than kharajo, right? So because this is done for phonetic convenience, as kharaju is easier to pronounce than kharajo. So okay, now you know the conjugation for 3 pronouns: huwa, huma, hum, right? He and they 2 males, and then they 3 or 3 plus male. So kharaja, kharaja. Now when we say these conjugation, we say kharaja, kharaja, kharaju. Okay, so let's go to the here version. Here is, we know, she or it. Huwa is also he and it. Okay, so she here is here means she or it. So here, for here, what happens, you can see right here. In order to say she left, the base form of the verb is feminized by adding a ta of feminizing. Tau, ta, nis. Oh, okay. Let me tell you. This alif that is added over here for 2. So this alif is called alif musanna. Alif musanna because it is alif of dual. So it makes kharaja, it is added to the kharaja, and it makes it dual for 2 people. Okay, so this alif musanna is actually file in this fi'l madi. Alif is actually file that is there inside, and this is called alif musanna, and this waw is wawul jama because it denotes jama, like plural version of huwa. That's why it's called wawul jama, and when it is added to kharaja, then it makes like it makes huwa form, it turns huwa form into plural form, they, right? From he, it changes to they. So this alif is alif musanna, this waw is wawul jama, and both are file. Now, because we started learning the here 3 forms of feminine, 3rd person feminine version, hiya, huma, hunna, right? So in here form, what do we see? That we know kharaja has built-in huwa, right? So huwa is singular, but for masculine ism, whether he or it. So kharaja is for singular masculine ism. So if we add like when we add ta, this ta, it becomes here, because this ta is for just to feminize. Remember when we learned formula feminine, muannas qayasi, when we like we add ta marbuta at the end of an ism, like muslimun becomes muslim. From muslimun we add ta marbuta, and it becomes muslimatun. So muslimun, one Muslim, then it becomes muslimatun, muslimatun, one muslima. So in that we add ta marbuta, the round ta. Over here in past tense, what we do, we add this ta. This is called tau tanis. And it's not we who are doing, this is rule. This is grammar rule, Arabic grammar rule. So what did they do? This is we add this ta, tau tanis, and it becomes here version. So now from kharaja, which was he left, now it changes to kharajat, she left. Okay, so she left, kharajat. Whenever we see this ta with a sukoon at the end of a fi'l madi, okay, whenever we see this ta with sukoon at the end of a fi'l madi, then we know that it's a hiya version. So it would translate she left or it left. Okay, she left or it left. Okay, now here. So here is kharajat. Now the word for she left, we have kharajat. From grammar point of view, we don't say that this ta that has sukoon in fi'l madi is a file. No, this is not a file. Here is again built-in doer in kharajat. Okay, in huwa, in kharaja, huwa is built in, and it is inside, it is hidden, it is file mustatir. Huwa is a file mustatir in kharaja, and here is the file mustatir, hidden doer in kharajat. Okay, is it clear now? Like this is very important when inshallah when we are going to do analysis, then it is important to know that in kharaja huwa is inside doer, it is mustatir, hidden, and in kharajat hiya is mustatir, while in huma this is not hidden. We can see alif as the doer of the section. In kharaju version, hum version, we can see wow. So this is not hidden. This is not mustatir. Now we can see this is zamir baris. Sorry, this is the damir baris. We can see it. So this alif as a doer in kharaja huma version, and this wow in the plural version, hum version, they are apparent. They are we can see that these files. But in huwa and hiya, we don't see the file. In both cases, huwa and hiya are hidden, and these are mustatir. Now come to the huma version, feminine, huma feminine version. They too, but they are female or feminine. Okay, so two things we are talking about, two things that either things or two person, but they are both girl or females. Kharajata, kharajat is here. Okay, so we just add again alif musanna, alif of the dual, to make it dual. So kharajata is they left. They who? Two females. They left, two females left. So kharajata. And this is very important we to pronounce that. If we say kharajat, then it's wrong. It's kharajata. Kharajata, because when alif comes, this sukoon is is replaced by fatha. Kharajata, kharajata. Okay, so this is kharajata means two females left, and this is again it's the file in this fi'l madi is alif musanna. Okay, and it is made with kharajat plus alif. The over here it is also for the just like we from kharaja we add waw in kharaja, and then we turn fatha into dhamma kharaju. So over here, kharajat, there was a sukoon. So kharajat, how can we pronounce it? So now it is kharajata. Fatha before alif, right? Then comes hunna version, and hunna is like we know, hunna is three or more than three females. Okay, so hunna is plural of feminine when we talk about plural feminine. And the thing is, this hunna version has a requirement. This hunna version requires the third radical, which is lam kalma. Lam kalma, in kharaja, lam kalma is jim. In fail kharaja, lam kalma is jim. So last radical, third radical, has to have a sukoon. In hunna version, it is important. It is a required thing that it has to have a sukoon. So kharaja, and from hunna we need to add na. This is called nunun niswa, and this is file. This is also a file, and this is apparent. This is zamir baris, sorry, zamir baris. So we can see it, kharajna. So this hunna needs sukoon on lam kalma, which is a requirement for this hunna version. So that's why kharajna, kharajna. Okay, and this noon is called noonun niswa. And the thing is, as soon as this kharajna comes and it makes the lam kalma sukoon, it put a sukoon on the lam kalma in hunna version, the rest of the pronoun that we have in our table, independent pronoun table, we remember what we have: huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, then anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. So the moment we have sukoon at the lam kalma with hunna version, the moment we have sukoon at the lam kalma with hunna version, all the rest of the pronoun, they take sukoon on the lam kalma. Look, kharajna is hunna, then anta is kharajta. Anta kharajta. Again sukoon on the, look closely. All the lam kalma of all fi'l madi has sukoon. If you just pay attention that kharaja, pay attention to the black portion, which is kharaja, huwa version. So huwa version, the lam kalma, which is the last kalma, has always sukoon after hunna. After hunna, it will always be, there always be a sukoon on the lam kalma. So kharajna is for they, three or more than three females, and then for anta version, anta kharajta. For just remember, just to make it easy to remember, think about anta. The anta has ta at the end, so the fi'l madi would have ta at the end. Okay, kharajta. After hunna, always sukoon on the lam kalma. Okay, so kharaja plus ta from anta, but there's after hunna there should be a sukoon, so it becomes kharajta. Antuma, the last part is tuma, so kharajtuma. It's very easy and mashallah very logical that anta kharajta, antuma kharajtuma, tuma from the pronoun, and kharaj, then tuma. Okay, these red portion of fi'l madi that we can see, these are pronoun. Okay, so these are pronoun. So kharaj, you two, antuma, kharajtuma, antum, you all, like two, more than three or more than three males. Kharajtum, antum kharajtum means you all left. You all left. Kharajtuma, you two left. Kharajta, you left. Then anti. Again, in anti, there's t at the end. So in past tense, there's t again, kharajati. Antuma, antuma again. To antuma and antuma are same, whether masculine or female. Just like homa and homa. But homa version of homa male version is kharaja, and homa female version is kharajata. Okay, coming back to this second person. When you talk to the person who is present, so you say, when the person is in front of you, you say anta, you. When two person you are talking with, or they are in front of you, antuma. And when there are more than three or more than three person in front of you, so you call you all or antum. In English, we have you for either singular or dual or plural, but in Arabic, it's different. Anta, single masculine, and antuma, two males, antum, three or more males. Then anti is anti, again, the last letter is T, so kharajti, anti kharajti, antuma kharajtuma. Then antunna, last part of antunna is the pronoun, independent pronoun is tunna. So we add tunna at the end. Kharaj, tunna, kharaj, tunna. So this is you all left, and they are all female. Okay, and then ana. For ana, this is important to remember that for ana, the fe'l madi ending is always tu. Okay, so for ana, fe'l madi ending is tu, kharajtu, and for nahnu, it's na. For nahnu, it's na. Kharajna, we left. So ana kharajtu, nahnu kharajna. Okay, so this was conjugation of the past tense. And here are some more examples from other type of fail. Let's do this. And look, and in this table, inshallah, we are going. It is described that which one is mustatir, hidden. The file is hidden, and which one is there. Apparently, there you can identify that the file, the doer is in that fe'l madi. So for huwa, kharaja, zahaba, samia, karuma. Kharaja and zahaba has fa'ala pattern, and samia has fa'ila, and karuma has fa'ula pattern, right? So these are excuse me, these are huwa fe'l madi, huwa version fe'l madi. Kharaja, he left. Zahaba, he went. Samia, he heard. Karuma, he was made noble. Or he became noble. Not made noble, he became noble. So so Karuma, he became noble, and Samia, he heard. So these are direct, and it has some transitivity in this fail. He became noble. Okay, and then huma. Okay, huma, we know that in huma version we have alif musanna, which is to make the huwa version dual form. Huwa is kharaja, so you add alif musanna to make it for two males. Kharaja, dhahaba, sami'a, karuma, and whom is for whom we have this vowel jama that we add in the kharaja version, and we get kharaju. This dhamma comes because of the because it goes well with wow. Dhamma goes well with wow, fatha with alif, and kasra with ya, right? So now we have the feminine, third person feminine, hiya huma hum, hiya huma hunna, huwa huma hum we did, and then hiya huma hunna. And hiya huma the same way, just we add taw tanis to make it feminine. Kharajat, kharaja becomes kharajat, and when we add alif, then ta takes fatha instead of sukun. Kharajata, kharajata. And then we know that in Hunna version, we need to put sukun on lam kalma, the last kalma of fa'ala pattern, the last kalma of fa'ala pattern. We need to put sukun on it. So zahaba is the original huwa form. So we need to put sukun on the lam letter, ba, zahab, and then we add na of hunna. So zahabana, they all went, all females, they all went, all females. So the same way, sami'na, they all heard, they heard, all females, 3 or more than 3. Karumna, they became noble, all 3 females. And from now on, from hunna, because we know that it's in Fele Madi grammar, after hunna, all sigha of this independent sigha of this independent pronoun, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu, all these 3, they all these actually they are 8. After hunna, there are 8 pronouns that come as file, and they have sukun at the lam kalma. Sukun at the lam kalma. Okay. So kharajta, anta kharajta, anta dhahabta, anta sami'ta, anta karumta. Then antuma kharajtuma, antuma zahabtuma, antuma sami'tuma, antuma karumtuma. Look, in Zahaba and Kharaja, the pattern is Fa'ala. But in Sami'a, the Ain Kalma, the second Kalma, it has a Kasra. So it would retain this Kasra. Sami'tuma, Sami'tum. And in Karuma, the Ain Kalma has Dhamma. So it will also retain its Dhamma. This the pattern of Fa'ula Karum Tum. Karum. Karuma plus tum, antum. Karuma plus antum. Tum from antum becomes karumtum. Karumtum. You all became noble. So then we have a feminine form, second person feminine form, 3 forms, singular, dual, and plural. Anti, antuma, antunna. And the same way, kharaja plus ti, anti kharajti, anti zahabti, anti sami'ti, anti karumti. Antuma kharajtuma, antuma zahabtuma, antuma sami'tuma, antuma karumtuma. Then again, antunna. Now we are going to add tunna after sukun on the lam kalma. After sukun on the lam kalma. So kharaj tunna, zahab tunna, sami tunna, karum tunna, right? So that's how we do the conjugation of all fail, all verbs. And ana, for ana, like it's easy for second person because anta has ta, so fe'l madi has ta at the end. Kharajta. Antuma has tuma, then fe'l madi has tuma. But for ana version, we need to remember that it's the attached version for I as a file. For I as a file is tu. Okay, the attached file that comes with fe'l madi for I is tu. So we need to remember. For ana, kharajtu, zahabtu, sami'tu, karumtu. Karumtu, sami'tu, zahabtu, kharajtu. And for nahnu, it's na. Nahnu, na. Kharajna, zahabna, sami'na, karumna. So that's how the conjugations for 14 different sigas of for 14 different siga of independent pronoun, the dama'ir munfasila. And the thing is, it's at this stage, I would advise that you do the conjugation, you memorize these conjugation. The better, the sooner you memorize, the better it is, and the more fluent you are, the better it is. So huwa kharaja, huma kharaja, hum kharaju, hiya kharajat, huma kharajata, hunna kharajna, anta kharajta, antuma kharajtuma, antum kharajtum, anti kharajti, antuma kharajtuma, antunna kharajtunna, ana kharajtu, nahnu kharajna. So that's how you do the conjugation, fe'l madi conjugation for kharaja. So the way I did it was fe'l madi conjugation for kharaja. Now fe'l madi conjugation for zahaba. Huwa zahaba, huma zahaba, huwa zahaba, huwa zahaba. Remember to not to stretch in huwa form, and you need to stretch in huma form, right? Huwa zahaba, huma zahaba, hum zahabu, hiya zahabat, huma zahabata, hunna zahabna, anta zahabta, antuma zahabtuma, antum zahabtum, anti zahabti, antuma zahabtuma, antunna zahabtunna, ana zahabtu, nahnu zahabna. So this way you do the conjugation. So try doing it at home as much as you can. And then we have exercise. So inshallah, we'll do this exercise in our interactive session. So inshallah, this is the second part, second session for fe'l madi, and inshallah we'll continue with fe'l madi more. So till next video, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.